Hello, and welcome to the Lesbian Lounge, a podcast for the girls who like girls. I'm your host and your resident lesbian big sister, Juliet Taylor, and I'm here to answer your guys' questions, give advice on your dilemmas, and of course, chat about your wildest lesbian dating stories. So grab a drink, get comfy, and welcome into the Lesbian Lounge. Welcome back, everybody. We have another super exciting guest this week, and I'm just going to pass you straight on over to Amy to give herself a little introduction.
Oh my goodness, that was so well done. I mean, I'm
I've
obsessed.
got
Obsessed.
it down to a T.
Down to a T. I respect that so much. But I'm Amy, and I'm a London lesbian, and I started the I Kissed a Girl petition. And ever since then, I think I've just got a little activism bug, and I can't stop. And I'm just trying to use my space to talk about things and educate people because knowledge is power.
For sure, I love that, and I think we needed somebody to take that stance and start that petition. So tell us, why did you decide to go for it? Was it people pushing you to do it, or did you just think, fuck it, I need to get something out there, let's just go for it?
I think for me, there was like a rage that just like ignited in my bones and my body. And I was like, another queer TV show that we've lost. For
Hmm.
what reason? Oh, okay, sorry, it's funding, but
Hmm.
it's a publicly funded channel. We all, well, not all of us, but a lot of us pay our TV
Pay your
license.
TV licenses, guys, please.
Yeah. And I was like, there's a desire for this show. Like the first episode got like 163,000 live viewers, which was 103% more than the average for that time slot. So it isn't a case of, oh, there wasn't a demand for it. And when you look at, Homes Under the Hammer and all these other shows that the BBC just come out with that only get like 30 to 60,000 views per episode, it's like, do the maths.
Yeah, make it make sense.
Make it make sense. It wasn't, I strongly believe it's not a funding challenge at all. I definitely believe the BBC have gone very right wing, following on from like the COVID time where they went quite left wing. But obviously in politics at the minute, it's very right wing. And I was just sat at work, to be honest. And I was like, I'm actually so angry I could cry. Let's just start a petition. And I did it. And yeah, I mean, it got over 15,000 or 16,000 signatures, which is huge, but
Let's go
also
lesbians. I love that.
lesbians. And also, like, what I didn't realize is how many people from across the world signed it. It wasn't just UK, there were people from Australia, there were people from Europe. I was like, what the hell? um, Crazy. And that again proves it. Like, people were watching this show on VPNs and illegal
Mhm.
websites. They actively craved it and they desired it. So make it make sense. And it just didn't make sense. So I was like, let's talk about it, let's discuss it, and let's just be loud. And I think as lesbians, as in the queer community, we've gotten so used to standing up for ourselves and like speaking up. So I was like, right, let's do it even more. Let's be louder. Let's start a petition. Let's get the cast involved. Let's talk to other people and like, go on podcasts and, like the Gay Times post about it, Pink News post about it, the gay articles, they all post about it. And I was like, this is incredible. Like, it's awful that we had to do it, but it's also incredible to see how it brought the community together.
For sure, like everybody coming together for that one cause, fighting for it. And nothing's going to happen, nothing's going to change if people sit in a corner and just mope about and be sad. Like, we need
Yeah.
to use our voices, we need to get angry and let people know when they've made the wrong decisions and, you
Yes.
know, almost try and push them into the other corner to change their minds and decisions. So, did anything come from the petition? Because I know sometimes they have to reach so many signatures to even go to basic bare minimum parliament talks.
Yeah, so I did the petition on change, which meant it wouldn't go to Parliament, which upon reflection probably was an error on my side, and I'll happily put my hands up to that bit. But I never expected the BBC to say anything. Like, realistically, if you're going to make a decision as powerful and disgusting as that, you're not probably going to comment about it. So I
Yeah.
kind of expected that. But I think what I really wanted was another channel to see. And I think Channel 4, for example, would be a great channel to take it over. Like, I was
If
watching.
Virgin Island can
Um,
keep going,
no,
bring back I Kissed a Girl, please.
honestly, that show, I can't even watch it. I just can't. I can't fathom it. But even like today, I was watching the new series Tiptoe. I don't know if you've heard about it on Channel 4, but I haven't finished it, but it's incredible, and it's a queer like thriller crime
Nice.
show. And I'm like, you can do it. Like Channel 4, they
Yeah.
want to clearly put money into it. And also in the petition, I did ask the BBC to send over their percentage of where they're putting in their
Mhm.
queer representation. Again, didn't get anything back. Did do a freedom of information as well, and didn't get anything back. So I do think they hate me, but you know what? The BBC hating me, I think it's kind of iconic, so I will take it.
I mean, clearly they just have a vendetta against lesbians. They don't want us to be seen or heard. And
Yeah,
like you said, it's disgusting and it's not fair on a community that's gone so long without representation to
yeah,
finally getting something. I mean, I think that show was pivotal for so many people, like you said, not just in the UK, across the world, being able to have that, like a show dedicated to lesbians. I mean, we've all watched Love Island, whatever season it was, where like the two girls decided to like couple up and have a
yeah,
kiss. Like that was like probably so many people's Roman empires for so long. But then
yeah.
getting that ten times more on a show specifically for us to show our queerness to the world, for it just to then, okay, that's it now. I mean, I was worried at one point we weren't even going to get season two. I can't lie. Like I've been waiting for this announcement. Like, are they just going to not put it out there? Because clearly there, it was the Instagram post or something about being like out and proud in the new season. Like, okay, well, if
So
we can be out and proud, why can't we have season three after this? Like, what's
that
going on?
yeah, they when they posted that, I then commented on the video being like, funny how you're so like prideful on something, 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 but you're releasing the show on the day England are playing in the World Cup
Hmm.
to affect viewership, because it is going to do that. That is like a fact. Like Amy Spalding, she posted about it as well, and she was saying, this is going to reduce the views. There's nothing we can do about it.
Yeah.
That I love football too, and I want to watch England play. Like, and like, venues aren't going to want to show I Kissed a Girl.
Mhm.
And I was just like, God, you really just like hate us, don't you? Like, you
Mhm.
genuinely don't have any care. And even just like seeing them being like, oh, we're so pride, like we love pride. And do you?
Yeah, it's very, it makes sense that it's Pride Month and they're going Pride, all these gay things, and then like as soon as it hits July, like that'll be it. We'll never hear from them again. There'll not be anything. It's very convenient timing, I think, for a lot of things.
I think it's very convenient. And to be honest, like I've spoken to some of the cast that are going on the show. I'm not going to say who, but I've spoken to some of them, and just knowing how like also they've been let down. Not only have the viewers been let down, they've been let down. With I Kissed a Boy and I Kissed a Girl, the first season, like they had Mighty Hoopla, they had London Pride, they had all these brand deals in Pride Month, and now they've got basically nothing. And there's not going to be. I mean, we've only been given 2 weeks to market the show, and
Yeah,
normally it's a month. And it's like, right, okay, you dropped the teaser in, I think it was February,
a long time ago. Mhm.
but yeah, it just doesn't make sense to me. Like this whole thing just seems very sketchy and honestly just very homophobic. I think straight people, or maybe some more naive queer people, like on the surface level, they're like, oh, it's just a show. But
It's
that's not,
so much more.
it's so much more, because I mean, I came out when I was like 21 to my mum. Like my friends kind of knew before, but I was bisexual, classic. But if I'd had that show at the age of 16, oh my God, I would have come out so much
Mhm.
earlier. I would have accepted myself. And the show alone, like, it's education. They spoke about age, they spoke about why the L is at the beginning of the LGBT. Like, it wasn't just entertainment value, it was education that also so many younger people need.
For sure. And I think let's circle back to the fact that they're deciding to release the first episode on the same day as England's first World Cup match. Like, do you think that is a coincidence, or do you think it's been very carefully planned by the BBC to almost have that lower views for I Kissed a Girl so they can go, well, guys, no one was watching it anyway. Like, well, they would have been, but you conveniently decided to bring it out because they could have brought it out. They could have brought it out 1st of June, first day of Pride. Let's fucking go, lesbians! But they've
Yeah,
had to have picked a day. They've gone for the 23rd of June. Do you think that's convenient timing or just a coincidence?
I think that's very convenient timing. I think that you don't just make that decision. That's a really that is a big game. I think it might be the second. game they're playing, maybe, or the first. I
Oh,
don't
I
know.
don't. I'm a women's football fan. The men can do whatever they want.
Real. But it's a very important game, as well. You've got it's Thomas Tuchel's, the head coach's first World Cup. Like, there's a lot of anticipation building on this England team, and people are going to want to watch it and they're going to want to tune in. Like, when you look at the statistics of football matches, especially World Cup games, they're astronomical. They're huge. People are tuning in left, right, and centre. They're going to pubs and everything. This wasn't an accident or like coincidence. This very much, they knew what they were doing and they wanted to like make a case study to say, well, actually, the show didn't do very well anyway. And the unfortunate thing is that is going to be the case. But on the flip side, it means that the community again, once again, because they've had to have come together and like there's watch parties left, right, and centre. And that to me is again like, fuck you, BBC. Like,
Yeah.
you've pissed us off. There's nothing we can do about it. So let's just celebrate together. Let's be loud. Let's speak up. Let's talk about it and like piss them off even more because that's what they deserve. Like, yeah, I just don't think you wouldn't just like coincidentally put it on the day England are playing in the World Cup.
No, it definitely feels like very conveniently timed. And, it's like you said, watch parties. I know obviously you're hosting one, which we can get into, but any pub is going to want to prioritize playing the England match over I
Yeah,
Kissed a Girl. As much as we'd love I Kissed a Girl to be that, it's a pub at the end of the day. What's going to
yeah,
bring in the money? It's football. So even I know your watch party is going to be hosted like the day after the show comes out because it's like, how the fuck are you meant to find a venue unless you go into everyone, come to my living room and sit and watch it? Like, what else are we meant to do? So do you want to talk to us a little bit about the watch parties that you're planning to host?
yeah, it's actually very, very exciting. So I'm collaborating with Not a Phase, the incredible trans charity here in the UK. Phenomenal. They're doing incredible, incredible work, especially in the current climate with trans rights. Like, there was no question in my mind, like, if I wanted a charity partner, who I was going to partner with. And so 100% of our ticket sales are going directly to them. I made sure of that. I was like, you guys can set up the Eventbrite so nothing touches my account and it just goes straight to them. And like, we've tried to keep tickets like super, super cheap. They're like £6. I know, especially at the minute as well, with like cost of living, like people don't have a lot of excess money to spare. And it is vital that people give back as well, especially at the minute. So it's being hosted in London. It's at the Ministry, which is a huge, huge venue. But for the first screening, we've only got the terrace and the bar. But terrace and lesbians, like
It
perfect
makes
combination.
sense.
Perfect combination. And I did like a brief like pre-sale this morning just for people that were on like the WhatsApp group. And then I released the rest of the tickets at 5 p.m. and they sold out in 11 minutes, which
Insane.
was insane. I was like, wait, what's going on? And I like was checking the website and I was like, this is gonna sell out like even quicker. Like I knew it was gonna sell out because there was so much anticipation building around it and I like had spoken about it a fair bit. So I knew it was gonna sell out, but not that quickly.
That's insane. It just shows that the community wants to help each other out, wants to support each other. And, yeah, people can happily watch it in their living rooms on their own if they want to. But
Yeah,
what better way to celebrate the show coming out and, like you said, being like a big fuck you, like by all getting together, being loud and proud and celebrating and watching
yeah.
the show together. Like, I can just imagine like the vibes that are going to be vibing. Like when people walk out onto the screen, it's just going to be like immaculate vibes. I can't wait to see all
It's
the TikToks.
no, I'm literally so, so excited. And because of how quickly it's sold out, we're going to do like a 4 week stint.
Nice.
And on the last stint, we're going to have a DJ, we're going to make it a party, and we're going to rent out the whole venue, which is going to be insane. And hopefully collab with a few other queer events here in London, which would just be sick. Like, it is a shame that we're having to do this, but also at the same time, like, it does feel kind of like a blessing because it's like, when do you get this amount of like queerness and gayness in one room together and celebrate being queer and being proud, and especially during Pride Month, when I mean, especially this month, it very much feels like last year it was like don't pride wash and don't rainbow wash, whereas this year it's like, where are the rainbows?
Hmm.
They're nowhere to be seen, and it's because the climate has changed, and unfortunately, like it is very much going backwards, and it just doesn't seem like companies and channels really seem to care that much anymore. So that is, I think, why everyone was so eager and keen to just be in a room together. And like, hey, I think it's going to be a great night. I think it's going to be really, really, really fun. And I'm genuinely very excited for it.
Yeah, as you should be. I mean, like Sapphic Summer is here, and what better way to kick it off than getting a bunch of lesbians together and
Yeah,
watching I Kissed a Girl and literally just having a hot queer girl summer, like
no,
unreal
it's
and matching
needed.
vibes. I'm
It's
so
needed.
excited for
I
sure.
have said as well, especially for the watch party, like anyone part of the LGBTQIA plus community is welcome. I welcome every single person. It's a safe space, it's a protected space, it's accessible, and I think that's somewhat rare to find as well at the minute. So being able to do that for people, honestly, is like warmed my heart, like more than I can explain. Like even when it sold out, I started crying. Not to be pathetic, but I did.
No, I don't blame you. I think it's, it's a natural emotion to have. It's that like one that relief that people are like, okay, thank God, like people are actually going to come. I mean, I have that when I host my events. I'm like, what if no one turns up? Like, there's always that stress, especially when, you're putting your name, your face, your brand out there. It's stressful too. Also, the fact that just like knowing people want to support and people want to come out and watch the show together and make friends. I know a lot of my events, people come solo. I'm sure there'll be
Yeah,
people coming alone, and it's like being able to give them that space to make friends. And like
yeah,
I've had people get together and who are still in relationships from coming to my events a year ago, and it's like without providing these safe places, some of these things wouldn't happen and people wouldn't be able to put themselves out there. So, yes, the show has played such an incredible part for, people feeling seen and safe to come out. But I think events like this as well, where it's an actual in-person connection, have another
yeah.
huge, huge, huge impact on that.
100%, 100%. It is. I mean, there's such decline now in queer venues. It's like insane how many queer venues we've lost over the last 5 years. And it's not like we're getting them many to replace them. There are some, but the decline has just been awful. And it's, thankfully the ministry, they're very positive and left wing, I would say, and they enjoy the queers and they love the queers and they want the queers in their space. But unfortunately, that is kind of rare now.
It's hard to find.
It's hard to find. I mean, in London, I would say we only really have like four lesbian bars,
And
which
if
I
you're
guess
thinking like
is more.
capital city of the fucking UK, like that's insane. Like for
But
the
one of,
whole.
yeah, it's actually just reminded me though, one of them has actually just shut down. So actually, we've got like three.
Yeah, it's insane, isn't it? I mean, now more than ever, I think lesbians, bisexuals, anybody in that LGBTQIA plus community needs to be coming together and sticking together because it's a scary fucking time. Like, I
Very,
think, like you said, like surface level people might just look at it as, oh no, they've cancelled I Kissed a Girl. But it's so much deeper than that. Like, it really does go deeper. It's not just they've cancelled a show because
yeah,
of funding. Like, if that's the case, we don't need Danny Minogue.
yeah.
You know what
We
I mean?
also
Like,
don't need Villa. Put us on a
no,
campsite.
literally do it somewhere else. Like, I'll fucking host it. Bring the Lesbian Lounge on there. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
there are
literally.
people out there who will make it happen without it needing to be like this high scale, high budget production, which, yes, is amazing, having the Masseria, having Danny, but if it's the case of having the show or not having the show, then surely we just take a couple of budget cuts somewhere else so the show can still be a thing. So it just doesn't
It
make sense.
mathematically doesn't make sense. Like it just doesn't at all. And they've said it now. They've said it with their chest,
Mm.
and I mean, yeah, obviously it's pissed a lot of people off, and as it should do. And I think if it is, I mean, you've got to appreciate that there's a lot of positive people here in the UK and across the world that unfortunately it's not safe for them to come out. But that just means that everyone else that can talk
Mhm.
talks even louder and they speak up even more. And yeah, it's just the community is it's a beautiful, beautiful thing, but we are very much at risk at the minute, I think, and we need to all just stick together, stay together, show up at Pride, like go to your local queer coffee shops or tattoo studios and actually like give them money and protect them because there's a chance it might not be around this time next year.
For sure. Now, obviously, it is June, it's Pride Month at the minute, and you've been doing a little series over on TikTok of why we still need Pride in 2026, why it's still important. So, I was hoping you'd be willing to share a couple of your sort of favorite fun facts that you've
Mhm.
accumulated of why Pride is still so important, like we need to not only be celebrating, but also being out there being activists during Pride Month and beyond.
Yeah, I mean, I started the series because I saw a couple of posts on Instagram being like, "Oh, why do you still need pride? Like, there's no straight pride." La la la. Firstly, shut up.
Lit,
Like,
like,
shut up. Like, do not get me started. And I was actually on holiday when I started it, and I was like, "No, I'm acting on this now. Like, does I don't need to wait till I get home. Like, I'll do it now." And just reading into some of these facts and statistics is shocking, but you know, it is the reality, and that is something that queer people we do need to pay attention to. I mean, today I believe it was 70% of LGBTQIA plus travelers often hide their gender identity or their sexuality when they're traveling. And I mean, I know from personal experiences when I was with my ex-girlfriend, like we always had to look where we were going. Was it firstly legal to be gay?
well, there's a
Um,
fucking high percentage of countries that we wouldn't even consider going to in the first place
yeah,
because we're not even legal there. It's
I believe it's
mind-boggling.
64 countries it's illegal, and 11 countries of those is the death penalty,
It's
which
frightening.
is mind blowing. And I just don't, I think because in the UK, as much as yes, we do have it bad, in
Mhm.
some other countries, it's not even comparable. Like,
Mhm.
at least it is legal for us. But learning all these facts, but also to be honest, like the most important reason why we need pride is to celebrate those that we also lost and the ones that fought for our rights, like the Stonewall movement, even like the suffragettes, like
Mhm.
those people that we lost and the ones that fought for us, the people that we lost in the AIDS crisis, like everyone that we had who paved the way for us before is
Mhm.
why we need Pride Month, is to celebrate those people. And I think it's very easy to forget those people sometimes because we're so used to living in the present
Yeah,
and knowing like what are we fighting for now. But it's like, what did our ancestors fight for? And we are here today because of them. And I think that is probably arguably the most important reason as to why we still need Pride Month.
I love that. And going back to the traveling thing, like it's insane, isn't it, to think, and even without realizing, we
Mhm.
probably all naturally are subconsciously aware on holiday going
Yeah,
from say you're walking down to the beach holding hands with your girlfriend, like I mean even I know I would do it like naturally or
yeah,
unnaturally if a group of say like straight, or I guess I'm assuming they're straight, but a group of men are walking towards me, I'm gonna
mhm.
very slowly like probably start to like move my hand away from Lucy's because it's like you don't want to put yourself in a situation that could get
No,
uncomfortable. Like you would I would always, and I mean, I'm always trying to like become better, but I will always, if someone like a man who makes me feel uncomfortable comes over and is saying something, like I would rather just not even be like, listen, I'm a lesbian, because sometimes you're going to put yourself in more danger by doing that than just, yeah, whatever. No, sorry, I'm not interested. Like it's sometimes easier. I mean, don't get me wrong. I was in Paris and men were hitting on me. I was going, sorry, je suis lesbian. Like if you feel safe enough to do it, like absolutely. But some situations, especially when you're in a country where, you don't quite know what the people are like, what the cultures there are like, sometimes it's safer to just not hold hands and, oh, are you best friends? Yeah, like sometimes it is easier to be best friends or be fucking sisters if that's what people assume you are, than to correct somebody and
yeah,
risk spending the rest of your week on holiday feeling uncomfortable because the hotel staff are like, oh my God, they're the two lesbians. It's insane
it's
and it's frightening.
it's so frightening. I remember when I went to Bologna in Italy with my ex-girlfriend, and we arrived at night and we were walking to like our Airbnb, and we were like, we're not holding hands, right? And I was like, no, because we didn't know. And like, despite, you can Google it and be like, is this country, firstly, is it legal to be gay? Yes, okay, tick, that works. Is it safe to be gay? Yeah, but there might be some risks. And it's like, well, if there's some risks, I'm not touching you or holding your hand or anything. Like, and it is crazy as well that like society is built in that way because, straight people choose to be straight. They choose to love the opposite gender and the opposite sex. Gay, much like gay people, they choose they want to love the same sex or the same gender. Like it's it's a whole different topic, isn't it? But it does bug me how everyone's like, well, you chose to love, for example, my parents. Like
Mhm.
that's a heterosexual relationship. It's like you chose that. I chose to love women. Like, I'm sorry, not
Yeah, like
sorry.
I can't help myself. Have you seen Woman?
That
Sorry.
have you seen women? And even I think I was like a few months ago, I was on this date back in like Bath and Somerset, and that's where I kind of grew up, which was very white, heterosexual, sheep, like fields. There was nothing to do there. Like you never saw anyone gay, like even gay men, nothing. It was straight. And I was in Bath, like on this date with someone, and we were playing pool, and like these group of guys were playing next to us, and I was like, God, I don't want to be
Yeah.
me. Like as awful as that sounds, like I don't know how these people are going to react. And these guys who are also very drunk, I was like, God, how are you gonna react? But then ultimately at the end of the day, they were like, oh, we know you're on a date. I was like, okay, phew. But you just don't
You
know how
always have to
to react.
assume for and prepare for the worst. You have to not do the holding hands, and then fair enough if like there is this group of lads or whoever it is and they're like, oh my God, you're on a date, like amazing. Then it's like, okay, we can be a bit more comfortable, but you don't want to go into it being like snogging on the fucking pool table and then next thing you know, you're being ripped apart and beaten up because it happens. Like
Yeah,
LGBTQ plus hate crimes are fucking rife. Like and
yeah.
the numbers aren't going down. So it's like
No,
you
they're
have to
going up.
prepare for the worst and you have to, almost be besties until people assume otherwise. And it's like, okay, well, we're lesbians. Okay, cool. And I mean, I always feel sometimes lucky that I very much pass for being straight. Not like I ever tried to pass for being straight, but like people
Yeah,
would never look at me and assume I was a lesbian. Whereas
yeah.
like my fiance Lucy, like they would. So sometimes it's more in that situation. Like I feel like I'm need to be the one like protecting her because I'm like, well, people aren't going to assume I'm a lesbian. So like it's fine for me, but for you, people look at you and they go, fucking big fat lesbian. Like, oh,
I
it's
know.
obvious.
It's honestly awful. And I think I've recently realized like I don't have a problem with PDA if people are having, whatever. But when I'm on like the tube, for example, and I see like this straight couple like making out, I get so like not riled up is probably a bit extreme, but I do get quite angry because I'm like, I can't do that on the tube. Like if I'm with someone, I can't make out with them on the tube because I'll get stared at and unwanted attention. You'll probably get a guy saying, "Oh, can I join?" And
Yeah.
it's like I think as like myself as a lesbian, I'm jealous of straight people, and my life
How
would be
they
a
can just
hell
so
of a lot easier.
openly be in their relationships. Like, how the fuck can you be dating this ugly ass man
Yeah,
and nobody judges you? I mean, maybe internally, but like exterior, like nobody's judging you, and I
yeah.
can't kiss like the most beautiful woman on earth without being fucking death dead. Like, it
It
doesn't make any sense.
it doesn't make any sense, and I think like this is again why we need Pride Month is because this is still happening, and people aren't coming to terms with it. And yes, we've come such a long way, and like thank you to everyone that got us here. But we're still in a position where actually it's going backwards again. It's like it's one step forward, two steps back. Like that is always the case, and you can look across any minority for that, and just knowing it always goes up a little bit, and you're like, great, and then it just goes back down again. It's like with the Equality and Human Rights Commission at the moment, again going against trans rights and saying, a trans woman or a trans man, they have to, go on a football team or a sports team by their biological sex, use the toilets as their biological sex, use their changing rooms. It's like, are you mental? So you're telling me, like, you're a white man is taking a piss in a urinal and they want a trans woman to come in?
Mm-hmm.
Also, that is so unsafe.
Mm-hmm.
That is so unsafe. And also, I mean, women are a lot kinder. So if a trans man were to come into a woman's bathroom, I don't think it would be as awful. But there are definitely a lot of situations where it could be. And it is just very unsafe for trans people. And as women as well, like it does affect us. And it is something that's so, so, so important. And I think I said in a recent video, like, be the one at the table that people are afraid to listen to because they know that you're going to come with facts and statistics and knowledge. Be that person, be that annoying person, email your MP, write to your MP, post about it if you can. And if it's also unsafe for you to post about anything, just watch the video. You don't even need to like it, keep on watching it. And that again, like it boosts the algorithm, which means it gets shared more. And it's just like, it's mental that that's even a conversation of like, oh, you can't like actually express yourself on social media. But yeah, like if I'm ever in a conversation with anyone, it is the case of just like know your shit,
Yeah, like
talk about it.
educate people because that's the only way people are going to learn at the same time. It's understandable that some people aren't going to have as much knowledge as others, and that's fine. But like be willing to learn, be willing to sit and have those conversations where somebody, I mean, I said this to you before we started filming, I was like, I know a lot less than you because of how powerful you are and the amazing TikToks you make. And I was like, that's why I want you on the podcast so I can learn and our listeners can learn and feel like we take something away and we can go, okay, you know what? Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to take that fact on. I'm going to, pass that information on because if we can start that chain of movement, then it is going to make change. We're not going to make change by, just sitting at the table and not speaking up and not saying anything. Nothing is going to change if we do that.
Yeah, I think we are at a very like pivotal point, and speaking up is the most valuable tool that we have. Because if our rights are going to get taken away, at least we still have our voices. I mean, even when you look at the states, a lot of US owned companies that are based in the UK have been told not to speak about pride, don't post about pride. And like Trump is sending them letters being like, you must not talk about pride or I'll pull all your funding. And it's like some people genuinely that in companies cannot stand up, despite the fact they probably do believe in
Yeah,
gay rights and queer rights. So it is just like, be that person. And I think as well for me, like this is a bit personal, but like I've dated someone that wasn't like that and didn't really care to educate themselves. And I've learned now that I could never be with someone like that again because like knowledge is power, and like you're here today and you're like, I want to learn. And like that is the most powerful thing you can say. And that's the most powerful thing I can do is like coming on here and actually trying to educate.
for sure. And I think everybody's going to take something away from this episode and, go, okay, maybe I didn't know that statistic or I didn't know that fact, or even just like, fuck, I didn't realize how deep some of these issues actually were. And like, that's fine. Like, if
Yeah.
you took everything surface level, oh no, I kissed a girl's gone, funding, shame, that's sad. Like, maybe now people have realized, fuck, like, it's so much deeper than that. And
Mhm.
even if it's a case of like reposting a TikTok, if
Yeah.
that's like the max of what you want to do, fine. Like, not everybody needs to like write to their MPs and make a TikTok about it. If you don't want to do that, like nobody's telling you what to
No.
do.
Yeah.
Like even if it's liking a TikTok, put in a little comment, give us a little rainbow, like anything, just to
Mhm.
like be part of that movement because we can't just sit and let what's happening happen without at least putting up a fight. Like we've got to at least put up a fight.
Yeah, I mean, we do just have to keep fighting, and that's the really sad thing. But also, I do want to like say on a positive note, like so many more people are coming out. The
Yeah.
community is growing and growing and growing and growing. I can't remember what the statistic is, which is so annoying. I think it's like 66% of people from 2012, like the term lesbian has increased by like 66% since 2012. Um, and that's huge. Like that's something to be proud of as a community. And the only reason we've gotten here is because we've fought for it. And I
Mhm.
think that's so important because it is all very, there's no sugarcoating it. It's very doom and gloom at the minute. That's a fact. But there is some positive in it, in the sense of like we are a community. We're only getting bigger. More people are coming out, and we're creating spaces like even like the watch party. Like that is a new space that we get to have together that we wouldn't have maybe had 5 years ago.
Absolutely. And I
So
do
there
think
are positives,
yeah.
not a
And I think,
lot.
we have shows like I Kissed a Girl to really thank for that, for bringing queer representation to the forefront of the media. Because I think without, I mean, this podcast probably wouldn't have come about without I Kissed a Girl. It was, I'd always wanted a podcast, I'd always wanted to chat shit online. And I mean, I've said it so many times, it wasn't until I Kissed a Girl and I thought, that's my niche, like that's what I'm going to talk about. And I think whether you were 15 watching that show or 55 watching that show, I think everybody took something away from that. And I think the overriding emotion was probably just pride and being like, oh my God, like I've seen myself in that show, whether it was to do with your culture, your sexuality. We had bisexuality, lesbians, we had so much on that show. And I think we have so much to thank for it by putting queer voices to the forefront of the media. And we just need to keep pushing and keep being lesbians.
Keep being lesbians, keep being gay, loud and proud. And like I do think a show will pick it up, a channel will pick it up. Like I do genuinely believe like they don't want to miss it. Also, it's proven that it does well.
Mhm.
And also I believe the retention rate, which is like from start to reunion, for I Kissed a Girl was actually the highest ever in the UK. I believe, if that is correct. Might just fact check that one. But from when I was doing all my research, that was one fact that really stood out to me, is like people were watching from beginning to end. They wanted to watch these love stories play out, or the arguments and the fights, like they wanted it. And having that representation is so important, because representation does matter. And it is just like, come on, someone else pick it up. And I'm sure they will. I'm sure they will. And hopefully this season of I Kissed a Girl, being the last season, will hopefully also be like, the views will be groundbreaking. Obviously, the first episode, we'll forget about that. But if I'm correct, from what I've heard, 4 episodes coming out in the first week, which again is whack. And then 2 episodes the next week, and then 2 episodes the week after that. So even the scheduling is like, here you go. We don't want this show anymore.
Yeah, like
have it, take it, just have it all at once. It's like, we actually kind of don't want that. Like, the fun of it is watching 2 episodes.
The anticipation, isn't it? And like waiting for more, like, why you left me on this cliffhanger? Don't make me wait a week. But it's like, you want the next episode? Play.
Yeah.
4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Exactly. And it's like, they just have not thought this through. They don't care. I don't know if they necessarily have cared. I think maybe the first season of I Kissed a Girl and I Kissed a Boy. But since then, it's just like, do you genuinely care about us? And the answer is, unfortunately, no. Like, one of the biggest shows, I think it was I Kissed a Boy as well. It was the most requested BBC 3 show on iPlayer that year. Wow. With like 15 million, or was that social media? Social media definitely had over 15 million impressions, which is huge, especially for the BBC, that are constantly trying to win over younger audiences. Like, it was the most watched series in that younger generation, under 25. And that's what the BBC is, that's what they want. They want the younger generation. So once again, they're contradicting themselves.
Yeah. It's a strange time, but I think as long as we can keep fighting, keep using our voices when and where we can, then we can only hope that things will get better. But I really appreciate you coming on and, sharing your passion. And I think it will really rub off on a lot of our listeners, and they'll be able to, take something away from this episode, whether, like it said, it's the fact that they go, you know what, I'm going to go repost a TikTok, or whether they go, you know what, actually, I've woke the fuck up and I'm going to do something more about it. Like, whatever it is that they take from it, I think everyone will have felt moved by this. So, well, guys, thank you all so much for listening to this week's episode of The Lesbian Lounge. Make sure you give us a follow on Instagram and TikTok at thelesbianlounge.podcast. You can leave us a review on Apple and Spotify, and like and subscribe and comment to us on YouTube. You can also send over your questions, dilemmas, confessions and stories to our anonymous Google form, which will be linked in the description of this episode. And whilst you're there, you can answer our Survey Monkeys for our questions of the week. And I'll speak to you all next Thursday for a brand new episode. Love you all so much. Bye.